So to make our cable knit to chain, what you need to do is make a slip knot. So wrap the yarn around your finger, put your hook under this bit, over this bit, pull, and then pull your finger out and keep your loop. That is your slip knot. And if you've done it correctly, if you pull it on this bit, it should loosen it, and if you pull on the tiny bit, it should shorten it or make it tighter. Okay, so I'm going to do 100 chains. So to chain, I literally yarn over, pull through, that's 1, yarn over, pull through, that's 2, yarn over, pull through, that's 3, 4, 97, 98, 99, 100. Right, so I've got 100 chains for my 60 centimeter width. To start with, all we're going to do is double crochet all the way back. So starting in your second chain from the hook, so 1, 2, we're going to go, sorry, third chain, going to go into the third chain from the hook. We're going to yarn over, poke, yarn over, pull, and then you're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and that is a double crochet. So yarn over and poke, yarn over and pull, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So yarn over and poke, yarn over and pull, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and we're going to do that all the way to the other end. Okay, so this is a good opportunity to make sure you got the right stitches. So count how many doubles, and you should have the chain minus 2. Okay, so if your chain was 100, you'll end up with 98 stitches, and 98. So I've got the right amount of stitches, which is amazing. So now when you get to the end of your first row, you need to chain 2. So if you just chain 2, so just wrap it around, pull 1, wrap it around, pull 2, and then we're going to turn. And now this really depends on where you want your chains, but I'm going to do 20 more double crochet going this way, and then I'm going to start my chain pattern. If you want your chains in different places, you need to work out where you want them. Okay, and 20. Now I like quite thick cables on mine, so I have decided that each cable is going to be 4 stitches. So what we're going to do now is, because we've got 2 cables, we need to have 8 stitches. So we're going to do 8 front post doubles. So to do that, you yarn over, you go in front of the work, then you go behind to the post, but the post is always in front if it's a front post. Okay, and then you yarn over and pull through, and then you yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. So it's the same as a double crochet, but we're using the front post. So yarn over, go through the post, so the post is in front, then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and again. So yarn over, you go through the work, so the post is in front, you yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and we're going to do that for 8 stitches. So this is my 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. This is row 2, by the way, okay, and that is important because it becomes part of a repeat. So this is row 2. So now we've got our 8 front post doubles. Now we're going back to just our normal double crochets, and then what we need to do is chain 2. So every time we get to the end of the row, we're going to chain 2 and turn, and then we're going to do 20 doubles all the way back to where our chain starts. So where we want our chain, we want 20 double. I'm doing 20. You might have a different number, but up until where our chain starts. Okay, and 20. I'm just going to add, this is now row 3. Okay, and it doesn't matter at the moment, but it will soon. Right, and what we're going to do for row 3 is, on the cable, we are going to do 8 back post double crochet. So to do a back post, you go behind your work, and then you come in front of the post and then go behind the post. So your post is, as you can see on the hook, it's behind the hook. Okay, so that's why I call it a back post, it's behind. And then we just carry on with the double crochet how we normally do it. So yarn over, you poke it through so that the post is behind, pull it back through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and we're going to do that for all 8 of these stitches in our cable. Really important to make sure your chain is in the right place. Okay, 8. So we're on the wrong side of our work. So what that means is this bit here, the wrong side, we're not going to see this, but that is what it should look like. And if you're on the right side, it will look like that. Okay, and there's my 20th. Now what we're going to do is a little bit different now. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a treble front post. So we're going to yarn over, yarn over. We're going to skip the first 4 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are going to do a front post treble. So we're going to go through there. Okay, so yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's your treble. So yarn over, yarn over. Remember that you want your post in front of your hook for a front post. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then you yarn over, and you go through. So you want this in front, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that's 3. So now we're on the 4th part. So yarn over, and poke, yarn over, pull, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. But now you'll see we've missed some stitches here. So what we're going to do is we are going to do another front post treble, but this time we're going to go in front of these stitches and we're going to go back to the first stitch that we've missed, like this. Okay, so it's still a front post treble and it's still done in exactly the same way, but we're going back on ourselves, which makes it just that little bit trickier. So there's our treble. So that's the first one. Now we need to do the second one, which is this one here. Okay, so yarn over, make sure this is in front, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So that's 2. Then you're going to do the same. So yarn over, make sure this is in front, poke, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's 3. So now you've got one more. So yarn over, you go in front of the post. So the post is in front, sorry. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now at the moment it looks a little bit of a mess, but do not worry about that. What we're going to do now is carry on our doubles. So we're going to do our doubles until our next cable. Right, so I'm just getting back to the chain section. Okay, this is row 5 now. Okay, and what we're going to do is something slightly different, and it is a bit tricky because it's, well, because it all seems a bit tangled up, but it is okay. So we are just going to do a back post double crochet in each post, so there should be 8. So we're going to start with this one because this is the first one we did, and remember you go behind the work so that the post is behind your hook. I know this bit is a bit tricky, but trust me, it's so worth it. And you can spread the stitches out so that you can see them. Look, so I've done the first one, now that's the second, third, fourth. Okay, so let's do the second. And then that's the third. And that's the fourth there. And then we come back to these ones. So this is the first one that we did, so then we do that one first. Now this is a common mistake I make. I sometimes just go in here, but that makes that a front post. So what you actually have to do is go behind here and make sure that that post is behind. I'll show you again in a minute. Okay, make sure you go behind so that the post is behind your hook. It's at the back, hence the back post double crochet. And then the third. So we've basically just got 8 back post double crochets here. Okay, and it will look something like that. I know it looks a little bit of a mess at the back, but at the front, doesn't it look gorgeous? And this is row 5. Okay, so now once you finish your chain section, you're going to double crochet to wherever you're going next. So at the end of row 5, at the back it will look like that, and at the front it should have a nice little overlap in it like that. Okay, so now I'm at the chain section on row 6, and what we're going to do is front post doubles. So we've just got 8 front post doubles. So it's a nice easy one. Make sure that your post is in front of your hook. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 and 8, and then you carry on working along until your next chain or the end of the row, whatever comes next. Right, so for row 7 of the cable section, what we have to do is treble crochet but in the back post. So you're going to yarn over, you're going to skip 4, but rather than go in front like we did last time, we're actually going to go behind so that it's a back post and the post is behind the crochet hook. Okay, so then it's exactly the same. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So then we've got another treble into the next one. So we've skipped 4, we've done the 5th, we're now on the 6th. And the 7th. And the 8th. Now quite often what I do, I forget which row I'm on. This is actually row 7. But sometimes what I do is I do the front post and the back post in the wrong place. And the way you tell if it's in the right place is you should never see any of these lines on your cable, okay? They should always be at the back. Right, so now we've done those 4, we need to go back to these 4. But it's not a front post, it's a back post. So we're going to yarn over. We're still going to go over here, but we're going to go behind. And this is where it gets a bit hard to see where we're going next, because you'll see we've used 4 already, so we've got to find the 4 that we haven't used, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? But I have back post on one that I've already back posted on, so you do have to just be careful and don't be scared to spread them out, because this part is the hardest row, okay? You can't really see what you're doing, but it is so worth it, so do stick with it. So like I've done the first one, so now I'm on to the second one. Sometimes you come up under one of these and then you end up crocheting over the top of it again. So I'm on my 3rd, but just take your time, it's not a race. And then your 4th, which is here. This is quite off, there you go. Don't be scared to spread these stitches out so that you can see better. Right, that is row 7. That's actually the last row of the chain, because what we now do is repeat row 2 to row 7, and that's how it carries on. So this is our first repeat, so it's like we're doing row 2 again, okay? And what we're doing now on the chain section is front post. We're doing 8 front post double crochets, so that's 1. This is quite tricky because they are all in a funny order thanks to the last round. That's 2. Just spread the stitches out and take your time and you will be absolutely fine. That's 3. And then this one here is number 4. That's the trickiest of them all. It likes to stay a little bit hidden. And then down here we've got 5. 6, 7, and 8. That's the end of the chain part done, so you just continue your row as normal. But now you can sort of see where they intertwine a lot better now, look. Okay, so yeah, just keep doing that. That was row 8, but it was like the first row of the repeat, so it's actually like a repeat of row 2. And then you just keep going until the chain is whatever length you would like it to be.